Whether it had something to do with the inverted numbers or the infamous cover curse, the fact remained that the 2005 season was one of Jeff Gordon's worst seasons ever. And the crazy part about this is this goes down as one of the greatest bad seasons ever. That reason being is in the first 9 races of 2005, everything was going as planned. 3 wins in the first 9 races, including that season's Daytona 500, being his 3rd and final career win in the Great American Race. The Robbie Loomis combination worked for many seasons, including winning a championship in 2001, their first. But in 2005, it officially ran its course. After a strong start to the campaign, the team's flaws became apparent. Jimmie Johnson quickly became Hendrick Motorsports' #1 driver, while Jeff Gordon and the 24 season officially went up in smoke.
Take a look. Tell us what happened.
Well, I mean, it's hard to tell from there. Looks like there was some contact with the 41 and a couple other guys, and then he got turned sideways. And once that happened, it just caused a big wreck. And I thought I was going to get through there. I saw smoke, but then they all turned down in front of me. So unfortunately, a short day for the DuPont Chevrolet and a lot of other guys. I'd like to see a few more angles and go back a little bit further, see kind of how it all started. I'm not exactly sure what went on there, but we're going to fix it as best we can, get back out there, and it's not going to be a fun day, but it's going to be a long one for us.
How bad is that car?
I mean, mainly just body damage, but we'll fix. I think we'll actually have a pretty decent car when we get back out there.
Jeff Gordon has come back to pit road. Jimmie Johnson hit
right side on there when you fix that.
Johnson hit the wall and broke a tie rod. His Hendrick teammate, and they came in here 1-2 in points. They have had to adjust a tie rod, and now they're pulling the right front off again.
And it looks like not only are they going to change right side tires, they're going to continue to adjust on that some more.
And Jeff Gordon headed to the garage Hendrick Motorsports, as you saw with Jimmie Johnson too. Some problems here for Jeff Gordon. Another impound race having problems.
The car up on jack stands, Mike. Gordon came on the radio and said, whatever is broken, you guys still have not found it because the car is horrible. Robbie Loomis told him to take it back to the garage. They didn't want to take a chance of having whatever is wrong with this car cause an even bigger issue.
What a great turnaround for his team. Well, now he's about to be caught. Oh, trouble! Brian Vickers got in the back of one car, turned it sideways. Jeff Gordon's in it. Bill Elliott. Martin, the 6. Bill Elliott was the car that Vickers got into. Kevin Harvick in the 29. And the rest of the field. Mark Martin and Kevin Harvick torn up. And we have just broken the all-time record for caution flags on a NASCAR race, as Bill Elliott ends up in the fence, and I believe the first contact was Brian Vickers and Bill Elliott. Watch the left of your screen. There's Vickers, there's Elliott. Just a little bump right there, like a bump draft, almost like what Dale Jr. did to Michael earlier and what Carl Edwards did to Dale Jarrett going down the back. Just a little bump, and away they go, wrecking everywhere.
Jeff Gordon pounds the wall.
And they're stacking up behind him. There's Ricky Rudd on the wall.
42. 21 car got heavy damage.
It looked like the car just got away from Gordon. I believe he was alone. Oops, I was mistaken.
A little bit of help from the 20, Tony Stewart. Doesn't take much help at this place.
Being out of 2, he's up against the outside wall. Wave him off, he's coming back down. Go high as you can, buddy. We got turn, boys. We got turn from the back. Got hard contact in the left rear.
Boy, Jeff Gordon continues to struggle. He just gave up 2 positions this last lap. That will fall Gordon back to 27th, Steve.
Yeah, Mike, they are struggling. Right before the caution came out for Brian Vickers around lap 42, I was about to report that Jeff Gordon was saying he was loose getting in and tight in the middle of the corners and loose getting off. So a big problem there. They think they've gotten that a little bit better, but the problem he's having right now, he just doesn't have enough overall grip.
Well, Steve Burns, the 24 car Jeff Gordon, just went a lap down to Tony Stewart, our leader. What's going on with that piece?
Boy, it's not good, Larry. I just heard Jeff Gordon say this car just jumped sideways on me. I don't know what's wrong with this race car, but we have got to fix it.
to the viewer, how is this any different than the problems that have befallen Dale Jr. over the past few weeks and much of this season?
Well, that's my point. The difference is, though, that he has won 3 races. But I tell you what, the last few weeks, it's gone disastrous for him.
You think your fans are worried that Jeff Gordon might miss out on the chase for the Nextel Cup?
Yeah, you know, we're definitely concerned. I mean, we're over 400 out. We're outside the top 10. We've had some rough weeks, but I think that if any team is capable of pulling things together when it really needs to happen, it's our race team.
Matt, Jeff Gordon trying to work his way up through. He's climbed to 4th, but he's got Bobby Labonte all over him.
Mike, he has bigger issues. Jeff Gordon just told Robbie Loomis, I have something amiss with the transmission. I believe it is stuck in 4th gear. Another Hendrick car possibly snake bitten with transmission trouble today. He and Robbie trying to formulate a game plan of what to do. One obviously point they're going to do is probably bring the car back to the garage. They're formulating that game plan as we speak.
And he was definitely one of the cars, even though it's his teammate, that was going to capitalize on Jimmy Johnson having the problems. Because remember, Jeff Gordon comes in here over 400 points out of the lead and looked like he had the car to beat.
Just said going to the garage next time, so he's not going to ride around like Jimmy is.
Is out. You want to come to the garage there, Jeff? Yeah, 2-4. Let's just go to the garage. Wreck behind you. Wreck me.
Caution is out. Jeff Gordon involved.
He and Mike Bliss.
I heard Mike Bliss. All right.
His day just got worse, didn't it?
And it was already bad.
Yeah. Wow. That's in progress. Right in the center.
Let's go on board with the 11, Jason Leffler, and see if we can see anything.
Well, there's Mike Bliss there on the inside.
That's what happened.
Yep, just got it.
And the concept for this 24 car came in March when these guys were in the top 5 in the championship. They said, let's build a car for the chase, which starts next week, and let's race it at Loudon. A car that acts good at Loudon, Martinsville, Phoenix, those flat tracks. Well, they discovered they needed a good car like this week to make it into the chase. They've had some trouble with it. They worked on a lot on Friday, but so far this brand new race car is doing what Jeff Gordon needs it to do, stay in the front pack.
Something going on that front end. It just seems like either we got too much rebound in the front, not enough camber or something. Just, I mean, I can't do anything with it on the entry. No matter what speed I drive in there, I crank the wheel, it won't do anything. Something going on.
Something's going on, all right. What crew chief Robbie Loomis tried to do for Jeff, he pulled a spring rubber out of the left rear spring that will soften that left rear of the car, hopefully make that car turn better when he does crank the wheel.
Dave hit it. It won't turn. You see him go down into turn 1 here, and the car just slides up the racetrack, so the car's not turning. He's not getting the downforce or the grip on the front tires to help him get to the bottom of the racetrack.
Jeff Gordon now, who also will not make the chase for the championship this year. Jeff, just past halfway, your car got into the wall, but it was a tough night before that, right?
Yeah, it was going to be a long night no matter what. I don't think we had the car, capable of getting in it anyway, but we weren't going to give up, until it was all over. Disappointing night goes along with a disappointing season, and I just can't tell you how proud I am of Robbie Loomis and this entire DuPont Chevrolet team for keeping their heads up through tough times. You guys don't make it easy on us, and for good reasons. We should be, doing a lot more, and now we can just put this behind us and go try to figure out what's wrong with our race team.
His 2005 stats are this: 4 wins, 8 top 5s, 14 top 10s, an average finish of 17.8, and finished 11th in the standings with 9 DNFs. After missing the chase, Hendrick Motorsports made it official, relieving Robbie Loomis of his duties. In his place was none other than the young Steve Letarte, who would go on to be Jeff Gordon's crew chief for the next 5 seasons. Despite struggling for the first half of the chase, they eventually caught their wings and were able to get a final win in 2005 at Martinsville. And once again, that'll do it for another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Black Flags Matter. Catch you next time.